Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is estate sale shopping. And I do this pretty frequently. It's something that I just started doing. My sister and I go, my aunt and I go, my friend Teresa and I go. But I have very specific things that I look for when I go estate sale shopping. And this is true for estate sales. This is true for yard sales, kind of any secondhand shopping, thrifting as well. There are some things that I look for specifically. So I thought today we could go over what those are, and kind of the reasoning behind why I pick out what I do. So maybe next time you go on your next estate sale or thrifting or antiquing shopping trip, you'll think of this video and maybe be inspired to pick up some things that you maybe don't typically look at. So with that, let's jump right in. The first thing, and almost always what I look for, is art when I go to estate sales. It is the most affordable option to buy art. While I do think you can find some really great stuff at shows and, art festivals and coffee shops and things like we've talked about previously, I find a lot of the art that I buy is from estate sales. First of all, it's most of the time already framed. Sometimes you'll find a piece or two that's loose, but for the most part, it's framed. You may not like the frame, but you could paint it. You could have it reframed. Secondly, you get some pretty unique pieces. So it's not this mass-produced stuff that you see at Target or Home Goods. It actually has some soul and some character behind it. If I leave with something, I can almost guarantee you that it's either brass or a piece of art, almost exclusively. There are some other things I look for, but for the most part, that is what I come home with. Number two, kind of just mentioned it, is brass. So that is brass candlesticks. I'm a sucker for a brass candlestick set. Brass trays, snuffers, lamps. My sister's bought quite a few brass lamps. If you've been watching my channel, you've seen her buy a couple sets since. But it's good quality. Again, it's just warm. You can get it in a lot of different colorations. And I just find it to be like more aesthetically pleasing. Like I really do like brass in my home. I like the patina that it tends to have, especially older brass. And like y'all, something about the 60s and 70s, they loved brass too. And there's some cool stuff. Like I have a ton of candlesticks that I got that are brass, and a snuffer, like just sitting here, a beautiful tray. I've got, all kinds of stuff. This stuff behind me is newer. And it's just a little bit more shiny. It's not, I don't know, it just doesn't have that warmth and depth to it like vintage brass has. Number three is furniture. Y'all, the saying, they just don't make stuff the way they used to, is 100% true. The craftsmanship on older dressers and things like that is unmatched. Like the quality of wood, the sturdiness, there's not MDF, depending on what year what year the house and the estate is, but for the most part, they have quality furniture. So I typically look for nightstands, dressers. Sometimes I've had a friend buy a dining table, mostly wood furniture. I don't tend to buy soft goods like pillows and blankets and things like that. Not that you can't wash them, but washing a chair is a little bit harder. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, you see how they live. So as long as you feel like it's coming from a place that you feel like is clean, then, then you're good. You can always get things reupholstered and whatnot. But I typically look for wooden furniture. The fourth thing I look for at a estate sale is glassware. And this could be crystal but most likely it's just straight glass. But I was on the hunt recently for some champagne coupes, and I don't know if y'all have been anywhere lately, but glassware is not cheap. I was looking at some and they were like $8 for a flute or a coupe. And I was like, yo, if I get a set of 6, which oftentimes is not enough to have one for everyone that I'm hosting, it's gonna be like a lot of money. Like a lot of money. I don't know, math, like $50, right? So, with tax and stuff. So anyway, I was on the hunt to find a set. So I actually found 2 sets not too long ago. They're great quality. I also can throw them in the dishwasher. They're not crystal, they're just regular glass, but I can throw them in the dishwasher. I think I paid like 25 cents a glass. If they get broken in the dishwasher or somebody drops them at a party, like no love lost, right? Like I didn't pay a lot. So definitely look for like glasses and stemware, and like even serving bowls and things like that are glass. It's easy to clean, super durable, high quality. You don't have to worry about lead paint. Whereas like some other serving dishes and stuff you do, but glass, you're like pretty good. So the 5th thing I look for pretty consistently, but I need to stop it. Look at this sweet baby. Oh, hello, pin pocket. Yes. Is Christmas decor. Y'all, I bought so much Christmas, I need to stop. I don't have anywhere to store anything. And it's just enough said, right? Like vintage stuff, candlesticks, stockings, tree skirts. Like you can find some really cute stuff, especially if you're looking for that more of a homespun style. You can really find some really pretty, unique items that really, it's not just like you went to Hobby Lobby and just bought whatever off the shelf. Number 6 is a little weird, and I've not actually bought any because the area that I was going to buy them, I didn't want to. Atlanta is very hilly, I'll just be honest, and I didn't want to carry it down this hill. And that is plants. Y'all, the number of beautiful, mature plants that I have seen. Hi, baby. Hi, Pin. Hi. He's a zoot. Why don't you look out the window? Okay. She's just going to be in frame a little bit. So, sorry, guys. Plants. They are huge. There's some really big plants at estate sales. You can find them very mature. Oftentimes they come in a nice pot, and you can get them so cheap. Like huge plants that at Pikes or your local nursery would cost you like $100. You can get them for like $40. So if you're a plant mom and you're looking for a plant, check out estate sales. You can find them pretty affordably. All right, next up, no surprise, books. So I like to look for coffee table books. I like to look for hardbacks. I like to look for really pretty books. Back in the day, they would make them hardcover books with beautiful gold leaf writing, gold pages, really pretty hardback colors. And if you are y'all, hardback books, coffee table books, they have some beautiful, beautiful options. Like back in the day, they would make beautifully gold leafed books and spines and gold leaf the pages. I love getting hardbacks from estate sales. They just have this age and patina to them, and you can find a lot of very interesting colors and combinations. I have these bookshelves behind me, and you can't find any at Goodwill. Like they're all picked over, and you can't really buy new ones because honestly, they're like $25 a book. I normally set a budget for how much I'm going to spend on books, and if I find some really great ones, then I tend to buy them, especially larger books. Those are harder to come by. Number 8 is stoneware and pottery. I'm a sucker for a good piece of pottery. And when I say stoneware, I mean like stoneware plates, like glazed ceramic plates and things like that. I tend to stay away from mass produced at estate sales because you just don't know if they have lead on them. So like I look for handmade pottery, like there's a lot of North Carolina potters that you see pop up in North Carolina estate sales. So definitely looking for like mugs and plates. But really more so what I look for is like trinket pottery, so like display pottery. That's what I tend to gravitate towards most. But if you're looking for a set of dishes, definitely look for some handmade ceramic dishes and stoneware. Number 9 may be a little weird, and y'all may not think of this, but tools. 9 times out of 10, there is a ton of tools in estate sales. And I've been on the hunt for some clamps, and there's been a couple of times where I was like, oh, they've got them. And somebody snuck right in front of me and got them. And I'm like, man, come on, I wanted those. And if you're looking for tools or you need something, you can very easily find them at estate sales. Like, I don't necessarily buy power tools, but like wrenches, socket sets, drill bits, clamps, extension cords, like, y'all, pennies on the dollar of what those cost to buy brand new. So definitely check out, if you're a DIYer, check out your estate sale to see if you can't get some discounted tools and things to help you. I have bought quite a few things from estate sales like that. And last but not least, I don't buy this, but a lot of people do, is silver and serving trays. So you can find a lot of really pretty silver pieces. Silver's not my jam. I don't tend to gravitate towards it. I'm not that fancy, y'all, but you can find some really nice stuff. It may be tarnished to hell, but you can find it. So definitely keep an eye out if that's your thing. My friend Teresa, some honorable mentions. She loves to buy jewelry from estate sales. I tend to be a little bit pickier because I don't really wear necklaces. I only wear earrings, and something about wearing earrings that were through somebody else's ears just make me kind of go, oh, I don't know. And my fingers, I have big old man hands from playing basketball. I jam my knuckles all the time. So I can't really wear rings and stuff. She also like is super into vintage clothing. I'm not, like, I'll buy secondhand clothing, but like from like ThredUp and places like that. But you know, finding just right size is sometimes hard. But those would be my honorable mentions for that. Some of the things that I stay away from are rugs. You just don't know if they had pets that would pee. I mean, you can get them cleaned, but like a lot of times they're stinky and you just don't know. Upholstered furniture, I tend to stay away from. Bedding, personal hygiene stuff, shoes, like anything like that, I just tend to like, no, you know, you gotta be picky. You can't just go buy I mean, you can, but like, I just have certain things that I'm like, ooh, no. But anyway, hopefully this list will inspire you on your next estate sale shopping trip, and may you find all the treasures that your heart desires, and I will see you guys very, very soon for the next video. Bye.